Adam?
Hey, Stella.
Have you started processing the evidence from Tutto di Amici yet?
I was just getting to it now. Check the monitors for anything you need to know.
Thanks, Adam.
Alright, 3 of them. Alright, let's start with this one.
Over here, I have our victim's kidney stone set up for further chemical analysis. Let's see what they're made of, shall we?
My bad. Oh, I thought I got the other one. Oh god, I'm just failing so bad. Oh, that's right here. Oh, wow. That's the different one. There we go.
Weird. We're definitely looking at calcium oxalate crystals.
And how exactly did they get into our victim's kidney?
Well, that's the question. Sid reviewed the medical records, and Andrew Lords had no pre-existing conditions that would account for the development of calcium oxalate.
So can you tell me what would account for the development of calcium oxalate?
Not yet. But we are definitely looking at poisoning.
Nice. Bronze, ouch.
Let's take a look at the prints you lifted from the freezer door handle.
You know what to do. Oh. Alright, let's see. We'll start with that one. No. Marcelo. How's that bronze? And Olivia.
Well, here's what we know. We know Olivia found the victim's body that morning, and Detective Flack has several eyewitnesses who confirm Olivia was at the Sandstone Cinema around the time of the murder. And you know the prints you recovered from Tutto di Amici's don't mean much because Olivia's the GM. And well, Mr. Amici owns the place, but I gotta say, I'm not sure his alibi's gonna hold up.
Uh-oh.
I know you might have wanted to do this by yourself, but I thought I'd save you some time. I was checking Mr. Amici's wants and warrants, and guess what I found?
What?
Well, Mr. Amici was in a pretty big hurry last night. He ran a red light 2 blocks from his restaurant on Mulberry. Got a ticket for his trouble.
Really? So Mr. Amici wasn't entirely truthful about his whereabouts during the time of the murder.
I lifted a really good print for comparison here.
Okay.
Well, okay. This essentially proves that our victim was the one eating at the table, apparently by himself.
Looks like it's time to talk to Andrew Lord's wife, see what she can tell us.
Alright, you know I got 2 bronzes. That's those 2 goals I got made up for it. Sweet.
Hey, Stella. Hey. Thought you might want some help here. This is Eloise Stanwyck Lords.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Lords.
Stanwyck Lords.
Wow.
Yes, Andrew's passing is tragic. The detective tells me you'll need to look through some of my husband's affairs. Very well. This is my husband's private study. I just can't believe he died last night. The last time I saw him, it was particularly unfortunate.
She seems bitter.
My husband and I led rather separate lives. We were both interested in food and chefs, but Andrew took great pleasure in demolishing egos, while I prefer to support new trends and see them flourish. I don't really know what Andrew kept in here.
Okay.
Ms. Stanwyck, Lords, can you tell us where you were last night?
Just before the dinner hour, I took Andrew to the Kindling restaurant. It's a brilliant new place with an extraordinarily gifted chef. I was truly hoping to broaden my husband's views. After that, we went our separate ways, and I returned home.
Okay.
What happened?
Ah, yes. Well, I've been trying to promote Sebastian Oswald, a superior new chef. I took Andrew to Sebastian's restaurant, the Kindling, yesterday afternoon. I was hoping to persuade Andrew to appreciate a truly innovative new style of cuisine.
And did you persuade him?
No, Andrew was in one of his moods. He and Sebastian got into a fight.
Ouch.
Andrew stomped out like a spoiled little child.
And what did Mr. Oswald do after Andrew left?
Well, Sebastian can hardly be bothered. He was far too busy. But he returned to his kitchen, and I took a cab home.
Alright, wallet and jewelry box.
Yes. It might surprise you to know that I knew Andrew had a woman on the side. Honestly, I didn't have the heart to interfere with one of the few pleasant interactions he had with human beings.
Ouch.
I'd assumed Andrew was with her last night. I believe her name is Olivia Moretti, if that's important. Anyway, I didn't worry he hadn't come home. I simply assumed Andrew was with her.
Ow.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
No, not particularly. If I can think of anything else, I'll let you know.
Yes, please do.
Talk about bitter woman. But, I feel for her.
Stella, I've seen this before. This is Andrew Lord's esteemed gold fork. It's the highest rating a restaurant can receive.
Second only to the silver spoon, right?
Nice. Let's see what we were looking for here.
Andrew had that safe put in last year. He told me he was going to keep all of his precious reviews in there. Come to think of it, he never did tell me what he set the combination to.
No, I know what it is. It should be obvious. There you go.
So you ever do time for safe cracking, Stella?
Not as far as you know. These records confirm a business relationship between Andrew Lords and Marcel Amici.
So Andrew was giving Marcel money to build the restaurant.
That's what it looks like.
But why hide the relationship? You know, it's not illegal to invest money into a new restaurant, even if you are a food critic.
It's strange. Andrew was quietly funneling money through his own corporate account, but he also has a record of additional deposits from the Conradine Corporation.
Interesting.
Conradine? Who's that?
Unfortunately, it doesn't say here, so we're gonna have to find out for ourselves.
Okay. Unless there's some paper here. I thought it was this one here, but I guess it's not. Alright, which paper is it then? You sure it's not this one right here that I'm clicking on?
Hey, check this out.
Got it.
These are financial records for the construction of Tutto di Amici.
Are we finished here, detectives? I have the details of my husband's funeral to attend to. I'm sure our building's security cameras can provide my whereabouts. It's just so sad that he's gone, especially considering how we left things. Yes, here, in my late husband's office. We may have lived separate lives, but that doesn't mean I feel comfortable leaving you here alone with his belongings.
Ouch.
I noticed you have a monitor. We'd like the tape.
Actually, our whole building is wired with a remote camera system. Our account only lets us see the front door and our apartment door. But that should be sufficient to prove I was at home at the time of Andrew's passing.
Mind if we look at it back at the lab?
I suppose not. Here's my login and password.
Thank you, Mrs. Lords. I mean, Mrs. Stanwyck Lords.
There you go. Fix that up.
Did the two of you have a fight?
Any woman would be upset that her last words to her husband were in anger. Not that he didn't deserve it, but still.
Deserve to die?
Sorry, I meant the fight at the restaurant. He was being so stubborn.
I see.
Let's see. Let's look about this receipt.
Marcel has been in the restaurant business for many, many years, and he certainly appreciated the value of a good review. It's quite possible Marcel believed Andrew could be persuaded with money. Perhaps he was right.
All right, so I'll take what we have back to the lab.
Great, but tell Adam to wait for me before he starts processing. I want to follow up with this so-called unfortunate encounter between Mr. Lords and Sebastian Oswald.
Uh-oh. Nice job. Oh man, look at all this stuff. This is crazy.
Hey, Danny. What you got there? A broken dish?
Don mentioned these guys had a fight last night. I'm thinking this might be some collateral damage.
Maybe I can put this back together.
Okay. Nope, not that one. Oh, sorry. Oh, didn't even do that. That was nice. Let's see. No.
Nice work, Stella. Looks
Nice.
like the reservation list from last night. I'll make a couple calls. Maybe we can learn more about what happened from one of the customers.
Nicely done. That was pretty cool. Alright, what else are we missing here? That broken chair for sure. One more wine glass. Where are you hiding? Alright, from
Hello?
from my face.
Can I help you?
Hello, Mr. Oswald.
Danny Messer, and this is Stella Bonacera. We're from the crime lab.
Let me guess. You're here about Andrew, aren't you?
That's right.
I heard about it on the radio this morning. Terrible tragedy. I feel so sorry for Marcel. I heard Tudo Amici was going to be the jewel of Little Italy.
We were told you saw the victim yesterday, is that right?
Yes, that's right. Andrew was in here with his wife yesterday afternoon. I served him a late lunch. We chatted about some interesting new trends in cuisine. Andrew was a touch on the old-fashioned side for my taste. Still, I can't say I'm too surprised about where he was found dead.
Wow. Alright, this is gonna be fun.
I take it you're not a fan.
You know, Andrew Lords was a very clever man, whose opinions were taken just a bit too seriously for my taste. You'd think his Gold Fork review was something akin to the burning bush. But of course, everyone's entitled to his opinion, right?
Okay.
Is there really that much new in cuisine these days?
Absolutely. You are looking at the man who is single-handedly introducing molecular gastronomy to this great city. Definitely cutting edge. Reorganizes the whole gastronomic hierarchy. The first new idea in centuries.
I'm sorry, what now?
Molecular gastronomy.
You know, I'd love to spend the entire afternoon describing it to you, but I've got to get going here. The lunch crowd's coming in. So, if there isn't anything else... But if you're truly interested, I suggest you look up molecular gastronomy when you get a chance.
Sounds interesting. I might just do that.
Will do.
We heard that you two had a fight.
Uh-oh.
You could say we had a loud, rather animated discussion of my new cuisine. I was trying to point out to him that he had completely misrepresented my philosophy and menu in his review of The Kindling.
Whoa, calm down, dog.
And of course, he was being a bit of a stubborn ass. And quite frankly, a touch rude about the appetizers I was serving him.
Wow.
I've had run-ins with Marcel before. You know, there are rumors that he's tied up with the mob. Olivia Moretti is one of those Morettis, you know?
Wait a second. You're saying Olivia Moretti is related to Ezio Moretti, the reputed crime boss?
She's his niece.
His niece?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What could that have to do with anything? Look, all I really know is that I had tried to acquire the space where Tudo Amici is now, but some big muscle came down and bribed the developer who owned the building. My lease application somehow got lost. Marcel's definitely connected.
Whoa. Alright, let's see.
Never would have guessed.
Okay, so I don't care. That doesn't matter. Gold Fork.
In a way, I'm actually glad I never won one of those. It's an old man's honor. I can't believe I have to have this repaired. Do you know how much it's going to cost me? This thing isn't original.
Original piece of crap. Look at it. Let's see. So what's this bloody napkin here, buddy?
It's embarrassing, really. I'm surprised this wasn't cleaned up. Those fools made quite a mess.
We're going to be taking this.
Fine by me.
Great. And we'd like a DNA sample, just in case.
Sure. Just in case.
This is the reservation list from last night.
Looks like it. Why?
We'd like to borrow it.
I'm sure.
Gee, you're awfully defensive, buddy.
Ah, Andrew. I know it might sound awful, but I can't say I'm sad to see him go.
Alright, let's see what else here.
Hey, it's a restaurant. It happens.
Let's talk about these bank records. See if you know anything.
This is exactly the kind of corruption I'm talking about.
And I guess this one too. Oh, no. I didn't mean to click that. I'm sorry. I was trying to click this.
That mobster has his hand in everything. I'm surprised you're still here and not arresting him for murder. Right now. The guy's seriously bad news.
Alright, that's it.
We got a lot to think about here.
I think it's time we talk to Marcel again.
I'll put the call in right now and have him picked up.
We out of here. Nice.
Mr. Amici, you lied to me. And I don't like it when people lie to me.
Uh-oh.
See, it usually means that someone has a consciousness of guilt. So let's just get down to the truth, shall we? Because this is beginning to look like you were mixed
sorry, guys.
up in a lot of things that were over your head. Wouldn't you agree?
Detective Bonacera, it is obvious. Andrew was killed in my restaurant, and it's also true I wasn't just at the mayor's party the whole night, but I swear I had no reason to kill him. My restaurant wasn't even open yet.
I gotta agree, I don't think you would have anything to do with killing him.
Your restaurant? I heard that you had more than one investor helping you out.
I am the sole proprietor of the Tutto di Amici restaurant.
Bullshit.
Well, all right, it is true we had a financial relationship. Andrew gave me the seed money to get Tutto di Amici established. Actually, it wasn't exactly Andrew's money.
Oh, really?
Whose money was it?
If you got to Andrew, it's just a matter of time before...
Before what? You gotta tell us what you know, Marcel.
Tell us the truth and we can protect you.
Can you? Can you protect me from Ezio Moretti,
Olivia Moretti's uncle.
the king of Little Italy?
Was it Olivia that introduced you to her uncle?
Yes, but she didn't really have anything to do with this.
With what, Marcel?
Ezio Moretti wanted to meet Andrew and me. Olivia arranged it, but she warned us as best she could. What could we do? Ezio think if Andrew gives Tutto di Amici a great review, then not only will he be able to use the place to wash off his drug money, he'll actually have a legitimate income from the restaurant.
Ah.
So you went along because you were afraid of Ezio. Did he threaten you?
No, I went along because it was an amazing plan.
Until Ezio whacked your partner.
That wasn't part of the plan. Look, you can go through all my papers. They're in my office at Tutto di Amici. I don't know how these shell corporations work, but Ezio wired money to Andrew through them. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. All I know is I made Andrew keep the books.
Okay.
Mr. Amici, we have evidence that you ran a red light 2 blocks from your restaurant minutes after Mr. Lords was killed. How do you explain that?
I had arranged for the delivery of several special cheeses and meats from Italy. They are neither cooked nor pasteurized, so they are technically illegal. Now, they're perfectly safe, of course, but anyway, I had to take the delivery from the captain of the Italian ship directly. He's probably set sail by now, so no, I cannot prove what I just told you.
Yikes. Sucks to be you, buddy.
You have no idea what power Andrew wielded. He could absolutely devastate a restaurant with a bad review, but I knew precisely what he liked, and I knew I would get a favorable, a glorious review, in fact, when the time came. It was only a matter of tailoring the specific food requirements to the specific individual.
Alright, let's go. First off, that one.
Their romance was secret.
Okay. Next gold fork review, please.
The prestigious gold fork. I'll be very honest with you, my dream has been to win one. Tutto di Amici was going to put me into that special category.
Okay, what else we have here? That reservation list. Oh, this one.
Andrew kept the books, I kept the menu. Don't you have accountants for this sort of work?
What else should I be showing them? I guess the wallet?
I don't know what else I can say about this.
Exactly. Oh, sorry. Nah, has nothing to do with that. The wine?
New World Wines and I have never agreed. They're so aggressive.
Says what to do with him. Alright, so far we're still good. Let's talk about the broken dish.
I heard something about Andrew and Sebastian
Yes.
having a fight. I'm not surprised that things got broken. They're both passionate men with much to prove to themselves and to each other.
Got it.
We're gonna need access to your office at the restaurant.